Besama well Wemefeskadus, Adawamla. Besama well Wemefeskadus, Adawamla. Besama well Wemefeskadus, Adawamla. Amen. Yes, good morning, blessed love, one and all. So continuing the reading of Genesis chapter 13 from the Ethiopian Bible. And Abram goes up from Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he has, and Lot with him towards the south. And Abraham is exceedingly wealthy in livestock, in silver, and in gold. And he goes on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, to the place where his tent has been at the commencement between Bethel and Hai, to the place of the altar which he made there at the first. And there Abram preaches in the name of Yahweh. And also to Lot, who is going with Abram, there has been sheep and oxen and tents, and the land has not been permitted them dwell together. For their substance has been much, and they have not been able to dwell together. And there has been strife between those feeding Abram's livestock and those feeding Lot's livestock. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite are there dwelling in the land. And Abraham says to Lot, please let there not be strife between me and you, and between my shepherds and your shepherds, for we are men, brothers. Is not all the land before you? Please be parted from me. If to the left, then I go to the right, and if to the right, then I go to the left. And Lot lifts up his eyes and sees the whole circuit of Jordan, that is all a watered country. Before Yahweh has destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and Yahweh's garden as the land of Egypt, in your coming towards Zoar, and Lot chooses for himself the whole circuit of Jordan, and Lot's journey from the east, and they are parted, a man from his companion. Abraham has dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot has dwelt in the cities of the circuits, and moves his tent to Sodom. And the men of Sodom are evil, are sinners before Yahweh's exceedingly. And Yahweh says to Abram, after Lot being parted from him, loudly lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward, for the whole of the land which you are seeing. I give it to you and to your seed for all time. And I have set your seed as dust on the earth, so that if one is able to number the dust of the earth, even your seed is numbered. Rise, go up and down through the land to its length and to its breadth. Let me read that line again. Apologies. So I have set your seed as dust to the earth, so that if one is able to number the dust of the earth, even your seed is numbered. Rise, go up and down through the land to its length and to its breadth, for to you I give it. And Abraham moves his tent and comes and dwells amongst the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and builds there an altar to Yahweh. For these few words I give thanks. Yeah, interesting chapter, and kind of, reflecting in terms of this relationship between Abram and Lot, his nephew, and separation. They both grew wealthy, and that wealth caused division between them, and their eventual separation. And it's interesting that Lot chose the more fertile ground to go towards, and Abraham stayed in Canaan. And but then God's promise to Abraham and his reaffirming of the covenant. I guess we saw in the book of Noah the covenant between God and Noah, God and man, and then God's then re-shown to Abraham to say that if you dwell in this land, in the land of Canaan, then your fruits will be fruitful. Your descendants will be counted like the dust on the earth, kind of thing. But Lot chose the more fertile ground and chose to live near Sodom. But as we already got clues of, this Sodom and Gomorrah isn't a place that's pleasing to God, because as he says, the people there are of evil. So it's that, I guess, that humility, and this is what it's kind of building up to, the humility and the humbleness of Abram, choosing to adhere to God's word, choosing Canaan to live on, even though the ground doesn't look as fertile. Um, and also not putting himself before Lot. He gave Lot the opportunity. If you go left, I'll go right, and if you go right, I'll go left. So he put that in Lot's court, and Lot chose what to him looked like the more fertile ground. So yeah, a lot of interesting things here, but I think at the core of it is about staying true to God, staying true to the relationship with God, trusting in God, and then seeing what comes after, from that faithfulness, rather than taking immediate material gain, because what looks like a quick win actually then has longer, deeper, more challenging consequences. That it felt that's what it's kind of building up to for later chapters in terms of what happens to Lot living near Sodom and Gomorrah. So yeah, lots of kind of subtle nuance, relationship building, and as I was saying yesterday and the day before, this relationship, the negotiated relationship between God and human, and yeah, those kind of balances, and also tests, because humans and man's being tested at every corner here in relation to how Abraham's going to relate to Lot. Is Abraham actually going to, give way to temptation, choose the more fertile ground, and go to live near Sodom and Gomorrah? But actually, the faithfulness of Abraham is kind of very clear, and choose to reside in the land of Canaan, and trusting and having faith that that was the right thing to do, because that's what God wished him to do. So yeah, very interesting, nuanced, um, relationships and story ideas being built, and look forward to the journey continues. So I'll end it there. Blessed love. You have a blessed day, and just keep safe out there. Blessed love. Yet a breath.